Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang the bursting air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and all the brave.
Welcome, Oakland Mills High School Class of 2020. We would like to start by personally congratulating every single one of you.
Today is the day that our entire lives have led up to, even though we've never imagined it would look like this.
My name is Sarah Taylor, and I've been a part of the OM community since my first day of elementary school.
My name is Roshni Roberts, and I've been lucky enough to move into the OM community from Montego Bay, Jamaica.
Looking back at our lives, we have spent over 16,000 hours in school, whether that be in 50-minute classes, at pep rallies, the dreaded fourth period, or now on Google Meets. No matter where we were, I still believe that this was time well spent. As you reflect back, you may be reminded of peers whom you've known since kindergarten. We've become friends, classmates, role models, and family to each other. We have become our own community.
We may not have been on the same teams or in the same clubs, but I know that many of us have shared the same experience of being around people who made us feel a sense of belonging here at OM. Whatever we chose to do, wherever we found a space for ourselves, we fit in, and we garnered an enormous support group and family because of that.
Community is not just how many people surround us, though, but the relationships that we create. In a time like this, we can truly appreciate how the bond is still there, although we are apart. We have grown with each other since day one, coming from Stevens Forest, Talbot Springs, Cradle Rock, Jeffers Hill, Appleton, and Thunderhill elementary schools. It's a special feeling to grow with your peers, but even if you joined our community this year, the OM bond still runs strong.
At Oakland Mills, I knew that I had people there encouraging me through every step of the way, like Mr. Foy echoing good morning down the science hallway,
Or Miss Connor, whose love for teaching encourages us each day to see our true potential.
even our parents who have dedicated precious hours to supporting us at our games, musicals, concerts, and even now at home.
And last but not least, our principal, Dr. Fink, who brought change with his new vision for our school. We are OM, we are strongest together. Together, we have learned so many great things from Oakland Mills. Looking into the future, the year 2020 is a monumental one. We have the opportunity to usher our school into a new decade. A tall task, I will admit, but if any class has the ability to do it, I'm confident that it is us.
Class of 2020 has been exceeding expectations in and out of the classroom, such as setting a new standard for homecoming parties.
We have endured 13 years of school. We have had numerous all-county athletes and the highest number of AP scholars in recent memory. And now, we've had to conclude our senior year of high school online, as well as with a virtual graduation. But we did it. Only the class of 2020 could have pushed through and come out as successfully as we have.
We have proved time and time again that we give back to OM what they gave to us, a true passion for all that we do.
No matter where we go after today, Oakland Mills has instilled an invaluable winning attitude in us. And with this, I know we are destined to do great things.
Although this year didn't end the way any of us expected it to, I'm still beyond blessed to get to share the graduation year 2020 with the best classmates.
We cannot wait to call ourselves alumni of Oakland Mills High School. with the rest of class of 2020. Thank you.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet full from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the world. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you, I have been changed for good. Well, maybe that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me, like the handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know that you've rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird halfway through the wood. Who can say I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you. Because I knew you. I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for all the things I've done you blamed me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, by a wind off the sea, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed
morning, family, friends, faculty, special guests, and especially the class of 2020. My name is Haley Barham, and it is my pleasure to introduce some of the special guests celebrating with us today. At this time, we would like to recognize the elected officials who are joining us virtually and sending their well wishes and congratulations to the class of 2020. Delegate Vanessa Atterbury, Senator Guy Gazzoni, Councilmember Opal Jones, Delegate Shane Pendergrass, Councilmember Christina Rigby, and Delegate Jen Terrassa. We are also delighted to have County Executive Dr. Calvin Ball, our Superintendent Dr. Michael Materano, and Board of Education member Kirsten Coombs with us, and look forward to their remarks later in our ceremony. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize the staff members who have made this day possible for the 2020 graduates of Oakland Mills. Our administrative team, Dr. Jeffrey Fink, Principal, Mrs. Betsy Coe, Assistant Principal, Mr. Stephen Fleming, Assistant Principal, Miss Ramona Reed, Assistant Principal, and Mr. Brian Wallace, Assistant Principal. Our school counselors, Miss Latia Douglas, Miss Kara Fick, Miss Natalia Hart, Miss Lori Miller, Mr. Leo Quinn, and Mrs. Donna Eukerman. Our class sponsors, Miss Sarah Beauvais and Mrs. Amanda Bouvier. And finally, our senior class teacher of the year, Mrs. Ashley Baylor. Thank you all for everything you have done for us.
The power of words is remarkable. I'm constantly in awe of the strength and passion that the students of Oakland Mills put into their words. We live in a time of disappointments and hardships, yet my brothers and sisters out there stand tall and keep their heads high. Now, more than ever, we rely on our words to show what we feel in our hearts. The sadness of separation, the pain of isolation, the longing for connection. We've been faced with events that we never could have fathomed, yet I don't see the students of Oakland Mills giving up. I don't see woes of what could have been. I see hopeful looks towards the future of what will be. We know in our heart of hearts that one day we will be reunited. Our words will come together to create the beautiful weaving tapestry of community. Each voice, a thread pulled together to create the bonds of friendship and family that warm us all. Our voices remain potent like the scorpion's sting, spreading throughout the world as we go far and wide with our next adventures. As a class, we are strong, but as individuals, we hold our own merit. Members of this community raise their voices the loudest to be bold and to be proud of every one of their words. Someone who embodies these characteristics gracefully, elegantly, and beautifully is my fellow Scorpion that I am here to introduce. Open your ears and open your hearts to the words of wisdom from a pillar of this family, an inspiration to us all, Kiana Masharia.
They told us this day was coming. They reminded us over and over again that we were going to be ready, but it didn't matter because we didn't believe them. When I was younger, I watched a lot of your typical coming-of-age high school movies, waiting for the day I'd finally find myself in one. Something about the growth that was meant to happen in high school made me excited for the person I was going to become, and I'd convinced myself that I was already ready. I remember sitting in my sophomore year chemistry class, convinced I had senioritis. I had no idea how quickly this day was going to get here and how much more we were going to become. I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the fact that today is a little harder because I cannot physically share it with all of you. 2020 has turned us upside down and sideways, into computer screens and behind masks. And here, on June 5th at our commencement. I have imagined this day playing out a million different ways, and this was not one of them. In more ways than one, it is more than I could have ever imagined. From an early age, I was taught the importance of education. It is the same dream that brought my family across the Atlantic to a new home here in Howard County. I tripped into my first grade classroom on the first day of school, knocking over piles and piles of colorful building blocks. Adam Asafa proceeded to help me pick them up, and I have been paying him back ever since. I've sprinted to the bus on a cold morning. I've stayed up later than I should doing my homework, and homework I should have done 2 days ago. I've fallen asleep on the way home from a game, and now on a Google Meet check-in. I've been cold at football games, hot at basketball games, and everything in between. There's so much more I wanted out of our last few months, but here is also so much more that I've gotten to experience over my last 4 years as a Scorpion. If I had known that March 13th would have been our last day at Oakland Mills, I would have sat a little longer in my calculus classroom, danced a little harder with my chemistry teacher, and said good morning to Mr. Foy just a few more times. I wish more than anything else today that I could be walking the stage with you, But I know with every graduation we've been to, and each of the ones we'll attend from here, ours will be different. And so will we. There's been something about the class of 2020, always has been, and I might be a little biased, but it reminds me that this is only the beginning. We've been talking about this coming of age story for so long, so whether climax or cliffhanger, I want to remind you that there is so much more to come. I leave you with 2 small pieces of advice. The first of which is to never stop learning. What we'll soon realize is that education can happen from anywhere. From classrooms to ocean floors, there's always more mysteries to solve. Ask questions, get uncomfortable, keep growing. The second is to never stop loving. It's crazy how we've been shunned away from screens our whole lives just to find ourselves glued to one. Now more than ever, I urge you to connect. If it means putting down your phone to spend some time with your family, or FaceTiming your friends because you can, there is enough time. Do the things you love with the people that you love. Find your passion, paint it on the side of your bedroom wall, write a song, dance the way it makes you feel, write a poem, shout it at strangers, let the song finish playing before you get out the car. Do more things you love with the people that you love. Do it more often. From my screen to yours, I am so proud to be a member of the class of 2020. Some of us have known each other since elementary school, some since middle school. Others, I've been walking past you guys since freshman year and I've just met you. Some started this journey with us and are not forgotten. They walk with us in spirit. Each connection and conversation has led us to this day, pushing us to be the best versions of ourselves. I cannot wait to see how the class of 2020 changes the world. See, when they told us that this day was coming, I'll be first to admit that I didn't believe them. But it turns out, we're ready.
Hello, my fellow classmates, my friends. It has been a long 4 years. We are here now, not at the finish line, but on the platform from which we must now leap into life. I truly believe that our class is destined to do great things. Now is our chance to work towards our goals, to fulfill our dreams, and to reach for the stars. Here with us today is someone from our very own community who has demonstrated the great potential of Oakland Mills graduates. A person from humble beginnings who has gone places no one thought he could, and who has literally changed the way we see the world. In addition to 3 spacewalks, piloting the space shuttle, and commanding the International Space Station on his 7 months in space, he has also become a successful speaker, author, and film director. In space, he took more than 300,000 photos of Earth, the stars, and everything in between. He offers a unique perspective of our world. Now, without further ado, it is my great honor and pleasure to introduce our next speaker, author, astronaut, and most importantly, a Scorpion. From the class of 1985, please welcome Colonel Terry Virts.
Hello to the class of 2020 from Oakland Mills High School. This is Terry Virts. I was class of 85 as a Scorpion, and now I'm a former NASA astronaut. I had a chance to fly twice in space, and I learned some lessons over the years that I'd like to share with you today as part of this quick graduation ceremony that you're having. This is just such a crazy year. You guys are going to do great. This has been a year unlike any other, so I just want to send you my support and thoughts, and I have my own kid is graduating from high school this year, and I can sympathize with what you guys have gone through. But you know, when you face challenges, we used to have a saying in the Air Force, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you better. And this is going to be one of those situations that you guys are going to come out stronger and better for it. When I was a kid growing up in Columbia, I wanted to be an astronaut. That was my goal, my desire. That's all I wanted to do. And my friends would always say, that's crazy, you know, no one actually gets to do that. But I kind of didn't listen to them, and I read a book actually in 9th grade called The Right Stuff, and it was about how the early astronauts got to be astronauts. They started out as fighter pilots and test pilots. So I applied to the Air Force Academy, and I went there after graduating from Oakland Mills, and eventually got to be a test pilot, and eventually got to be an astronaut. And I was the youngest pilot at NASA for many years, and I learned a really profound lesson, and this is what I want to leave you with. This is going to be a short lesson. a short message, and this is the one and only thing you guys have to remember today. Don't tell yourself no. You've all been given gifts and talents and abilities and dreams. You know, some of you are going to be chefs, some of you are going to run businesses, doctors, lawyers, maybe astronauts, who knows? You're going to have families of your own. Whatever those dreams you have in life, don't tell yourself no. Lots of other people will tell you no along the way. You may not have anybody in your family that ever did the thing that you want to do in life. I didn't. I was the first person to go to college. My mom and my dad and my aunts and uncles, nobody had ever gone to college. So don't tell yourself no. Other people will be more than happy to. You need to believe in yourself. The bigger the dream you have, the more the work it's going to require. You can't just say, I want to be a doctor. You need to spend a lot of time in college. You need to get good grades in college, and then you need to spend a lot of time in medical school. It's a tough road to be a doctor, but you can do it. You just have to resolve that you're going to put that work in. And here's the other lesson. So don't tell yourself no, but also nobody else is going to do these things for you. Nobody else is going to do that work for you. Nobody else is going to focus on having you achieve your dreams and your goals more than you will. So you need to take ownership of those dreams and goals, and you need to get them done yourself. And there's nobody that knows you better than you, and nobody that is going to care about you better. I know your parents are going to care about you. You're going to have people that are going to help you along the way. But you need to take ownership of those dreams and goals that you have. You've all been given gifts and talents and abilities. So don't let them sit on the shelf and wait for some future date. You need to go for it, and don't listen to folks telling you no. So I am proud of you guys. I know this is literally the craziest senior year in the history of crazy senior years, but you guys are going to do good. This virus is going to pass, and I think the future is very bright in America, and good luck to everybody. Go Scorps.
Hello, class of 2020. To all our graduates, let me join in the chorus of congratulations today. You have worked hard to make all your educators, families, and all of Howard County very proud. To all your family members and loved ones, thank you for your steadfast support of our graduates. As each of your names are called, you are joined in spirit by everyone who supported you, who provided for you, and who loved you throughout your life. Obviously, today looks a bit different than we may have imagined. And while this virtual celebration was not part of the original plan, consider how incredible it is that now so many loved ones from around the world can tune in and share in this recognition of your accomplishments. A word that has come up frequently in the past couple of months is perseverance. Perseverance has defined this moment, but it's been constant since the beginning of time. Perseverance may look different to everyone, but it continues to be a force that pushes humanity forward. In the past 12 years, you've certainly learned of Abraham Lincoln's perseverance, whose advice stands true today when he said, "Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other one thing." There's the perseverance of scientists who, despite campaigns against their findings and some stubborn politicians, continue to inform our global population about climate change. And how can we forget the perseverance of our ancestors? Those who fought for freedom, for the right to vote, for peace, or for justice, here and around our world. There's the perseverance of teachers who have rapidly adapted their methods and embraced new technology and new ways to help teach and help ensure that you could learn. There's the perseverance of you, our 2020 seniors. Your stories didn't start 2 months ago. They didn't even start 12 years ago. But you persevered through grammar, times tables, and reading aloud in front of a whole class. You've persevered through new schools and new friends, learning how to play an instrument or trying out for a sport. You've persevered through trigonometry or geometry or one of those math classes that has more letters than numbers. You persevered through the uncertainty of your final semester and made it here today. Each of these moments where you persisted through challenges or changes have prepared you for whatever is on the horizon. And I have no doubt that you will all find much success in the future and make our world a better place. Today, we celebrate you, your incredible accomplishments, and your ability to always persevere. Congratulations, class of 2020. You did it.
I want to sincerely thank everyone who has helped me get to this point. Addressing you all in this manner has been a dream of mine ever since I stepped foot in this school, and I take great pride in this honor. When us students were first tasked with writing these speeches, Dr. Fink gave us a very loose idea to work with: community. What makes the OM community the OM community? For me, the obvious place to start with such a subject is with the man himself, our beloved principal, Dr. Jeffrey Fink. If anyone exemplifies what it means to be a member of this community, it is him. He moved to Maryland from his hometown of Buffalo, New York around 2003 and began his journey in education at Oakland Mills as a science teacher. He found himself hopping around Howard County positions for a few years as he climbed his way to his position as principal at Dunlogan Middle School, but inevitably, he just couldn't get away from us. He once said to me, "OM is home. It's the first place that welcomed me in when I moved to Maryland. I was still drawn back all the time." I think we, the class of 2020, will find ourselves feeling similarly by the time we are done here. Oftentimes, an introduction of an important figure will include a prattling list of accomplishments, but it is clear to me that Dr. Fink is not exactly a resume person. I think that speaks greatly to his character. He is selfless and never takes himself too seriously. I mean, for goodness sake, we taped the long-reach principal to the cafeteria wall this year. That is just part of what makes him such a fantastic leader. He understands the importance of being, first and foremost, a human. But fantastic leaders are not born, they are made. Before one can become a leader, one must find that thing that they cannot help but lead. On his first day at Oakland Mills, he found that thing. Every other person that came up to him in the hallway was greeting him, "Hey, how are you? Welcome home." It was something he hadn't experienced growing up in New York. He didn't get it at first, but after a while, it all started to come together. He had wished to be a part of a big family for a long time, and he had finally found one here. That is what makes the OM community the OM community. Family. That is the value that Dr. Fink perpetuates, and it is the most valuable lesson he ever taught us. When we say that we are family, that isn't meant to be an idealization. We don't all know everyone's names. We don't all get along all the time. We don't all understand each other, but when we see each other in the hallway, friend or stranger, we are unified. Our blood runs orange and black. That will never change. We don't just break down the barriers that divide us. We then pick up the pieces of the shattered walls to make something new and beautiful. That is what a family does. We don't put our differences aside, but rather we accept them and use them to form closer bonds, bonds that last a lifetime. This is the essence of what it means to be a scorpion. Dr. Fink is the essence of what it means to be a scorpion. It shines through in his token phrase, "We are OM, and we are strongest together." Please give a warm scorpion welcome to our principal, Dr. Jeffrey Fink.
Hello, honored guests, families, community, and our amazing Oakland Mills graduating class of 2020. First and foremost, as I like to do, I'm going to briefly skip to the end and say congratulations. On behalf of the entire Oakland Mills community, we are so proud of you. I would like to start by taking a few moments to thank several people from our community for their help and efforts. Oakland Mills is a cluster. We are a community, and none of this would be possible without our village. Every one of our schools in the entire OM cluster is part of this and is due thanks. In addition, I would like to take a moment and thank Ms. Beauvais and Ms. Bouvier, your amazing senior class advisors, as well as Ms. Moore and Ms. Anderson-Little, our incredible graduation coordinators, for all of their hard work and dedication. I've been reflecting for some time on what to say for this special occasion. Where to begin? Several months ago, this was easy. 2020 offered each of us in this space, again, an easy, if not cliched topic. Vision 2020. It was brilliant. I had so many catchy things to say. And then history caught up with us. It would be easy to be here and say all the things, all the things that are in a typical commencement address. But that is not the world you face. You are living in a world where safety and security and health and wellness, they're a top priority and are in constant news rotation. However, I digress. It would also be easy for us to focus on all the negative. But let us now take some time and focus on you, the class of 2020, where you have been and where you are going. I want to take you back to one of the first days of this school year. Mr. Fleming and I held our first town hall of the year with the senior class. We talked about what this year was going to be and what it meant to be a senior. Going into that meeting, I never imagined the lasting impact that it would actually have on me. On that day, I spoke to you about legacy, what it is that you will leave behind. What is the mark that you want to make on OM and the community before you move on to the next phase of your journey? Now at that time, at that moment, I had absolutely no idea that your senior class president, Sam Hahn, was going to talk to you about the same exact thing. Now you may be asking yourself why that matters. It matters quite a bit. And it is what makes me so hopeful for all you are going to do and accomplish as a class. Your class had been thinking about this idea well before any of us had even mentioned it. Sam and I had not had the chance to speak beforehand, yet we were standing there speaking on the same topic, with the same content and the same vision. In the world right now, we're in a bit of a strange place. Most of us do not recognize it. This is where you come in. What is your legacy? Along with, what will you leave behind? What will you do next? Because you know what? It is you who will make the difference. You are who is going to change the world. I have had quite a few conversations with many of you, and I know there are things in the world that you would like to see take a different path or move in a different direction. You are who will do that. You are our leaders. Let's just take one example from our school, student voice. The pride I have for you as a class, for all you have done in the arena of student voice, there are no words. You are the model that others strive to be. When I say you, I mean you, the class of 2020. I have full confidence and I'm excited to say you are the group that will do it. Set the example. Be the example, because in my heart, you already are. Now I want to read something to you all. You have heard it before. It's very special to me. The Oakland Mills High School community reflects the core belief as being a place where we are strongest together. We are a community where relationships and the sense of community mean everything. The success achieved at OMHS is because of the people who make up our school community. Our stakeholders, including our families, are the hub of our success. OMHS staff are dedicated educators who have a passion for working with students. OMHS students are passionate, eager, and always ready to take on new challenges. We are OM, and we are strongest together. Passionate, eager, and ready to take on new challenges. This is who you are. This is what I have seen in each of you as we have moved through this journey together. When I frequently say, we are strongest together, this is what I mean. And that we encompasses each and every one of you. I also want each of you to understand how much you have inspired me. And I think I can speak for the entire Oakland Mills staff when I say this. We have been so inspired by each of you and all that you have done. The talents, the creativity, the achievements, it is nothing short of amazing. I want to speak personally for a moment. This time has been a struggle for me. I personally did not know how to function in the setting that we had no choice but to adopt. I have said frequently that OM is my home, and that became more apparent when I was no longer able to interact with each and every one of you, with our community, every day. I was not sure how I was going to make it through. Then I got a text from Miss Florida telling me about a Google Meet that she was hosting to acclimate students who wanted to jump on and see. So I asked if I could come in the room, so she sent me the code. Several of you were in that meeting, and it was by far one of the funniest, liveliest, and messiest Google Meets I have ever been in. But it was also the moment that I knew that we would be okay. Seeing all of you interact, connect with one another, connect with us, I knew that no matter the obstacle, our community will always be there for each other and move forward together. So because of you, the class of 2020, your inspiration, all you have done and all you will do, I would like to add something onto our vision today that you inspired. We are OM. We are strongest together. We are OM, moving forward together. That may seem like a small addition, but it signifies the importance of the legacy the Oakland Mills High School class of 2020 leaves behind. Because of this, class of 2020, you so deserve to be honored. So class of 2020, this is for you.
Class of 2020, make a big noise, ready for the world, and you're gonna graduate today. Put a smile on your face, this victory taste. You're winning in life, and you're always first place. Singing, we will rock you, rock you, rock you, rock you. We will rock you, rock you, rock you.
Class of 2020, put your hands high, reach for the sky, cause you've got big dreams to chase.
It starts today, you're well on your way. It's Scorpion pride, and you know we don't play. Saying, we will rock you, rock you, rock you, rock you. We will rock you, rock you. Oakland Mills High School,
Open up your eyes soon.
2020 vision all over the day.
Black orange on your face,
They can't keep pace,
making our name all over the place. Singing, we will
rock you,
rock you,
rock you,
rock you. We will
rock you,
rock you,
rock you,
rock you.
we will rock you,
Rock you,
rock you,
rock you. We will
rock you.
been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Man, who knew all the time we spent would go so fast from beginning to end? And I'd be right here still talking to you. All the things we've been through, all the things we hold true. But excuse me if I never said it. Life is not perfect, so don't live to regret it. And on the winding road, everybody pays a toll. Be yourself and stay focused on where you are headed. Don't let it keep passing you by. Be smart, follow your heart. Don't fall for them lies. They'll have you wondering why life has passed you by. It's because you never was gonna aim for the sky. So let's celebrate the day we made it and stop searching for toilet paper in the matrix. So lean on me if you ever need a friend. Just believe you'll achieve, and I'll see you again.
Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you
A huge shout out to all that helped make that possible. Mr. Heaton for the incredible production of the music, Mr. Williams for directing and editing the video, Mr. Grizzle, Ms. Hoffman, Ms. Goldsmith, Mr. Hale, Mr. Wallace, Ms. Reed, Mr. Fleming, and Ms. Cove. Now reflect on some of those words. Class of 2020, put your hands up high, reach for the sky. You're winning in life, you're always first place. However, always remember, we are a community, and there are moments when you need to lean on me, when you're not strong, because I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm going to need somebody to lean on. But always know, and in the end, we've come a long way from where we have begun, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. Go out and rock the world, class of 2020. I know you will be the difference, because you are part of Oakland Mills. Go out there and be the change that you want to see in the world. However, I want to leave you with two things. No matter where you go or where your path takes you, you are always welcome home. We are strongest together, moving forward together. Congratulations to the class of 2020. Ms. Coombs and Dr. Martirano, as principal of Oakland Mills High School, I hereby certify that the members of the class of 2020 have met all the requirements for graduation as set forth by the Howard County Public School System and the Maryland State Department of Education. They are eligible to receive a Maryland high school diploma, a certificate of completion, certificate of attendance, or certificate of achievement. I would now like to introduce our amazing superintendent, Dr. Michael Martirano.
Greetings, and I want to begin by saying congratulations to the class of 2020. You have persevered academically for over 12 years, and I am so proud of you and confident that you are ready for the next chapter of your life. You have achieved your goals both inside the classroom and outside the classroom, all while displaying and exhibiting solid character. Ultimately, who you are as a person will determine your lifelong success, fulfillment, and happiness. Having strong character involves hard work, perseverance, and grit. It means you have resilience, passion, and determination. Most of all, good character means always reaching down to give others a hand up. I commend the positive attitude and level of resilience that you have displayed, especially during these last several months. You have shown truly exceptional character. Class of 2020, I am in awe of your spirit and tenacity. Your optimistic and hopeful spirit serves as a model for all who interact with you. One of my favorite poets is Robert Frost, and his poem, The Road Not Taken, is my favorite. Its words have a poignancy that is most symbolic and relevant for this time. The final stanza of this poem reads as follows: I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. To you as graduates, you have been on the road less traveled. I encourage you to stay on that path and forge your own road. Your chosen path should be one that leads to your fulfillment and happiness, capitalizes on all you can to forge a future that will make a difference for others and helps to define a new and brighter future for humankind. Your diploma gives you the opportunity to truly make change in the world. As we grapple with the social emotional impacts of the pandemic that may have forever changed our daily lives, we have recently witnessed another senseless killing of an African American, George Floyd. It is important that we acknowledge this event, reflect on the hurt and pain we are feeling, and resolve together to do our part to eradicate hate, condemn violence, and stand up to acts of racism within our own communities. The great writer James Baldwin said it best: not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. The best way for us to move forward is to face it head on, talk about it, and take actions that prevent this from happening again. I implore you to lead with vulnerability and empathy. Be change leaders for justice and create peaceful opportunities and spaces for people to share and heal together. The only way to eradicate hate is to lead with love, care, and compassion. If I can foreshadow our future, you, my beautiful students, are my hope for better days ahead and a better society. Be gentle and be kind. Be patient and persistent. Be others-centered and lead with equity as your core value. Be empathic, caring, and compassionate. Be upstanders, not bystanders. Be agents of change and be the love in the world, because love is the force that can illuminate and transcend all of humankind. You have an amazing opportunity and have a view like none who have come before you. Your perspective will be electrifying. Your generation will be known as the ones who truly changed the trajectory of our future. Choose to take the road less traveled and make the difference that your journey along the road will reveal. To the class of 2020, I wish you love, joy, and most of all, happiness. Congratulations. Next, I would like to welcome a member of the Howard County Board of Education to say a few words.
Greetings to all of our students, their families, and friends. There are two special days each year for me as a Board of Education member. On the first day of school, you can feel the excitement and the promise of new opportunities. You can see the trepidation of kindergartners as they step off the bus. You can see the first graders' faces with the "I got this" as they hurry to greet their old friends and new teachers. The fifth graders with their tweenage whatever faces, trying to hide their happiness at seeing friends. I always love to go to the elementary schools on the first day. But the second special day is graduation. This year, we are celebrating apart from each other. We don't know when we'll be able to gather in person to celebrate together. That uncertainty is defining your graduation. You may feel apart, but know that all of you are dealing with that uncertainty. For the planners out there with 1 month, 6 month, 2-year goals, that can be overwhelming. This Howard County diploma, regardless of how you receive it, is still a golden ticket. For the students, this is a reference to Willy Wonka. For us older folk, it's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. What will you do with your golden ticket? If you move too fast, you could succumb to the fate of Violet Beauregard, who is so obsessed with chewing gum quickly that she ends up as a blueberry being rolled out by an Oompa Loompa. Or be like Veruca Salt, demanding a squirrel and getting the golden goose and trying to use money and her spoiled, rotten antics on her father only to have the egg-dicator declare her a bad egg and be covered in garbage. Why don't you be like Charlie Bucket? He recognizes that his family has made sacrifices for him, much like yours have for you. He knows the value of his family over candy. He also recognizes when he has made a mistake. And in recognizing that mistake and returning the gobstopper to Willy Wonka, he actually receives the bigger reward, the chocolate factory. What you choose to do with your golden ticket is up to you. I encourage you to use the opportunities it presents you and be ever grateful for your parents and family that got you to this achievement. Your success is to be celebrated, and I hope that you have a chance to enjoy your accomplishment. Congratulations to you all. At this time, please join me in honoring the class of 2020 as we now recognize each of our graduates.
Ayman Isaac Abdul, Jordan Ryan Abraham, Nana Akusie Afriye Adade, Ade Tomiwa Adeusi, Amira Olenka Alabi, Jason Alfaro Hernandez, Jose Omar Alfaro Hernandez, Enoch Amankwa, Logan Philip Anderson, Edwin Benedictio Aparicio Calderon, Catherine Teresa Arevelo, Kirian Aza Arias Tisnado, Dicolo Alalua Eliza Atoromu, Geraldo Avila Jimenez, Amir Jashard Ayler, Christian Giovanni Badham, De'Ara Jasmine Ballard, Samia Uma Bangora, Amelia Adira Barona, Elizabeth Marisol Barona, Haley Gray Barham, Chloe Sappho Baskin, Maya Marie Baskin, Brenna Elizabeth Boss, David Alejandro Beck, Cassandra Nicole Bienkampen, Trey Amanda Bell, Melchior Omar Beltran Menivar, Nicholas Patrick Benner, Zachary Montinola Burnaby, Amar Elfried Bisek Mongo, Joseph Larson Blanc, Rita Oferiwa Boateng. Yaro Aziki Bolden. Tomas Federico Bonilla Arnold. Jalen Kimora Lee Bosom. Andrew Santiago Bray. Kiana Rayshawn Breland. Ardiri Lamar Brown. Iona Lynn Brown. Jaden Christopher Brown. Malquel Brown. Gareth Colin Raleigh Buddha. Margaret Nolani Budor Danoff. Robert Gilman Budor Danoff. Tamia Monet Bidon. Tamaya Monique Baidoon. Diana Nicole Calderon. Erodes Elizabeth Campos. Nicholas Edward Capino. Amanda Marie Carpenter. Kamaya Devrana Carter. Kai William Castle. Julia Mi Chang. Ayet Yakin Chapman. Marco Andre Chavez. Harris Ahmed Chowdhury. Shakira Desiree Colbert. Desmond Cyril Coles. Maya Elizabeth Cooper. Jalen Mikai Cornelius. Miles Demarius Crook. Galen Curtis Daniels Clark. Sean Paul Dower. Isaiah Cheyenne Davis. Jada Brianna Davis. Jordan Ayana Dawson. Ahmed Hassan Diaby. Daniel Jeremiah Akis Dixon. Oluwadara Omawumi Dina. Micah Nicole Dyson. Caleb Michael Donovan. Jacob Bazil Driscoll. Oluwafayo Kumi Ayomide Iboda. Lorraine Elizabeth Island. Thomas Edward Island, Isaiah Shaheem Ellis, Amaya Kylie Epps, Connor Linwood Epting, Giovanni Estrada Anaya, Christopher Nathaniel Evans, Olafunke Oluwanfemi Fidebe, Anna Sophia Farley, Patrick Richard Farrell, Matthew Conrad Wilson Fatik, Danielle Ruth Ferguson, Jaden Elijah Foster, Rasan Malik Foster, Gail Freeman, Papa Yaw Frimpong, Javier Esteban Garcia Alvarado, Catherine Margarita Garcia Amaya, Deshaun Tyken Garrett, Leah Elizabeth Gaskins, Rihanna Lynn Getson, Marcus Miguel Gibson, Javier Enrique Gonzalez Hernandez, Mason Andrew Gray, Yuri Marie Gray, Onelia Ruvala Ruhano, Reina Neeli Ruhala Ruano,
Malika Naya Grooms, Alyssa Marie Gruneberg, Megan Autumn Dotzenrod Gunther, Sydney Elizabeth Dotzenrod Gunther, Samuel Manhe Hahn, Imari Erica Hairston, Harissa Angela Hakami, Jahira Charnea Hamilton, Ariel Olivia Hammond, Jaden August Harris, Jasmine Monet Harrison Cortez, Sadman Sadat Hassan, Ali Monique Henderson, Jonas Sherman Hensley, Maddie May Hensley, Nayeli Elizabeth Hernandez, Emily Hernandez Arroyo, Jose Alexander Hernandez Gonzalez, Stephanie Hernandez Sanchez, Kayla Nicte Herrera Cordova, Lucas Lacerda Hines, Victoria Corinne Hoffman, Jasmine Nami Hogan, Brianna Monique Holland, Dominique Morgan Holly, Alexandra KG Hopkins, Damian Garcia Hopkins, Matthew Jose Hurahan, Genesis Marie Houston, Kevin Christopher Houston, Sean Israel Howard, Tanae Lisa Howard, Turner Casanova Howard, Anthony James Hughes, William Jordan Hurd, Valentina Alessandra Idor, Kelechi Adebayo Iro, Ronan Theodore Ivy, Labila Dolores Hermine Francois Jackson, Lyric Iona Jacobs, Bronson Anaki James, Madison Elizabeth James, Aria Sky Jarsakrak, Erica Jimenez, Brandon Reginald Johnson, Brendan Patrick Johnson, Hannah Jamila Tate Johnson, Aiden John Cahias, Makai Jordan Kelly, Sierra Jordan Kent, Nalam Melkor Kiner, Alexander Richard Cohn, Christopher Jerome Dabanyan Kutani, David Elijah Land, Kevin Ricardo Landaverde Bonilla, Anaya Jataya Lane, Lauren Marie LaPlaca, Mary Jo Lavanish, Lucas Matthew Lawrence, Corinne Marie Lawson, Paul Scott Liebert Jr., Alex Hee-Jun Lee, Khalil Yassine Lee, Cynthia Miriam Leon Aguirre, Flynn Benjamin Lesko, Kaylee Barbara Jordan Lewis, Jason Lee, Amel Renee Lightfoot, Pablo Arles Lopez Diaz, Griffin Craig Loft, Sierra Sky Lott, Estefania Lucas, David Lee, Denny Lee, Kiana Angela Wambui Macharia, Brian Magana, Grace Saria Magori, Osman Ali Malik, Tanner Joseph Malinowski, Evelyn Priscilla Mann, Emily Serene Manuel, Hector Edgardo Martinez, Glenda Elizabeth Martinez Guevara, Jalen Hughie Matthews, Hope Shiyong Bongu, Christopher William McCrae, Dominique Leroy McDuffie, Tiaja Kiara McDuffie, Keon Todd McLaughlin, Kennedy Lionel McKelvin, Diamond Georgette Mercer, Mackenzie D. Minarson, Ashton William Miranda, Milton Josue Miranda, Emily Montesino, Julio Stephen Monteroso Cadena, DeCarlos Antoine Moore,
Olvin Osman Moran Santos, Carter Michael Morgan, Adam Imad Mustafa, Anissa Munir, Jonathan Antonio Munoz, Ryan McInnes Murphy, Brianna Gabrielle Murray. Anissa Elise Nathan. Briera Divine May Nelms. Ming Matthew Stewart Nelson. Julia Rose Nayland. Malia Lauren Hain No. Dylan Yang Nguyen. Truth Nasir Norton. Obioha Temple Orji. Evelyn Louise Osi. Ruben Saji Padaville. Jatava Danae Parker. Marlon Davidson Paul. Aiden Michelle Pellegrino. Grace Angelina Pellegrino. Akila Lonnie Pendergast. Maria Guadalupe Perez. Justin Ramses Patigny. Catherine Pamela Portan. Alexa Janae Porter. Ingrid Nohemi Portillo. Calvin Henry Price IV. Milan Anija Nicole Proctor. Marilyn Christabel Quay. Harim Shaher Qureshi. Sydney Elizabeth Rummel. Maria Eduardo Ribeiro de Lima Moraes. Samantha Lynn Riley DeSanti. Camilo Ignacio Rios Penalosa. Anthony Manuel Rivera Quinteros. Jade Aviv Roberts. Roshni Lamoya Roberts. Lenitra Robinson. Brentasia Antonia Rogers. Kenneth Jude Rodriguez. Jeffrey Josue Rodriguez Lopez. McLaren Elise Rogers. Brian Ruiz Lopez. Alicia Chanel Russell. David Isaiah Salazar. Brianna Nicole Sanchez. Raul Sanchez Alvarado. Ian Alexander Santiago Burgos.
Blake Cartwright Savoy, Emma Elizabeth Shantz, Gerardo Enrique Serrano Cortez, Noor Wissam Shakit, Maheshwari Dharmesh Kumar Shukla, Braden David Simmons, Kimari Amir Simpson, Gurjinder Singh, Derek Anthony Smith, Jalen Nicole Smith, Kalani Michelle Smith, Kenneth Smith, Alex Omar Solares, Luwam Yirga Solomon, Dominic Michael Sparks, Alyssa Lakshmi Sriram, Alexander Giuliani Stokes, Elijah Joseph Godito Semmelbag, Cameron Grace Swan, Shiv Karen Tandon, Sarah Eva Taylor, Tyron Karan Daniel Taylor, Jensen Lynn Terry, April Kayla Thomas, Keyshawn Jermaine Thomas, Peyton Christopher Thomas, Kwa Dang Tron, Christian Xavier Turnbull, Jaheim Justin Turner, Ikra Usman, Ira Marie Dale Estrella Valesa, Ronnie Fernando Ventura Amaya, Nicole Tudela Villarroel, Zachary Alexander Voyalquin, John Michael Wallace, Sydney Gage Walrath, Mary Catherine Walsh, Savon Ellington Warren, Jasmine Elizabeth Washington, Aaron Christopher Watts, Beverly Delane Webb, Caitlin Marie Wenholtz, Joshua Mackay Whitaker, Isaiah Calvin Wilkes. Devin Zeral Larry Williams. Isaiah Joseph Williams. Miles Allen Williams. Ramon Jabez Williams. Tracy Angel Marpu Williams. Samuel Stephen Winterroad. Madison Elizabeth Woodard. Luke Everett Wolverton. Jalen Love Wright. Theodore Jeho Yu.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong, and what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach, so remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
So let the light guide your way, yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Good morning, families, friends, staff members, and especially my fellow soon-to-be graduates. My name is Samuel Hahn, and I have had the pleasure of serving as your class president for the past 4 years. It is my honor to stand here today, ready to graduate with you all. Well, I'll keep my remarks short. We did it, and what a roller coaster of a ride it has been. From our first day at the mill to today, the memories we made, the friendships we created, and the bonds that we have forged will be with us wherever we go. We've been through a lot over the past 4 years. From our very first Spirit Week and pep rally to the stress of junior year and to now this global pandemic, we stayed strong, we worked hard, and now here we are. We could have fallen apart, but our community as a school and as a class stood strong. And we did that together. So today belongs to all of us. This is our moment. And as we end this chapter of high school and as we start to write another, let us always remember the experiences, lessons, and values that we have learned at our time at Oakland Mills. And now, the moment we have all been waiting for. At this time, would the class of 2020 please join me in the turning of your tassels? Please turn your tassel from right to left. Congratulations to the Oakland Mills High School class of 2020. We did it!